Hey guys, today on the Breed of Gourmand, I'm going to be showing everybody how to make a classic Roman dish, Bucatini Carbonara. Be sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel to get any notifications of new upcoming videos. And as always, feel free to leave any suggestions in the comment section below. Let's get to it. Carbonara. So, rumor has it that this dish was made for the miners back in Rome in the old days, and as you'll see here, it's very, as the Italians call it, cucina povera. It's poor cooking. So it's very simple. Parmesan cheese, everybody has it. Generally, they use Romano from Rome, but for me personally, I just find it a little bit too salty. There's a lot of salty components in the dish. Now, generally, they also use guanciale, which is the pork's jowl, but this is pancetta. Sometimes you have to go to specific markets to find guanciale, but pancetta is very available. You can get it pretty much anywhere. It's kind of like Italian bacon. Of course, pepper, lots of pepper. Carbonara loves pepper. And eggs. This recipe is for about 1 box of pasta. It generally feeds anywhere between 3 and 4 people. What I like to do is that for every person, I use 1 whole egg and 1 egg yolk. All right, so now so let's say this is for 4. So I have 4 whole eggs, and then I'm gonna take 4 egg yolks. And then we're gonna make an emulsion of that with the eggs and the cheese. There's no cream. You know, you go to restaurants sometimes, and more American, Italian restaurants, and it's very creamy. There's no actual cream inside. There's not supposed to be any cream. It's just supposed to be an emulsion from the eggs, the cheese, and the pasta water. I have everything going on in the back. My pan is cold. So you're gonna start your pancetta in a cold pan. So we're gonna come here. We're gonna dice these up. Maybe not too small because there's a lot of fat in this piece. So I mean, that's about it. As you can see, there's a lot of fat in this piece of pancetta. Right? We're gonna put this directly into a cold pan. And we're gonna let it come up to heat slowly as we get everything else ready. We're just probably gonna put it on a medium low heat. We don't want this to burn. We want all the fat to render out and for it to get nice and crispy slowly. So now, for the actual sauce component, 4 whole eggs, and then 4 egg yolks. So we need to separate the whites from the yolks, obviously. You can do it the shell method, which is this. Just basically feed the egg in and out to the shell until you're left with nothing but the yolk. Right? Or if you don't feel comfortable doing that, again, our favorite tools, our hands. See how quick that was? Nice and simple. So after you've cleaned up whatever egg mess you might have made and washed your hands, if you decided to filter the eggs out through your hands, through your fingertips, we're gonna come in. So we have our egg mixture here. We're gonna start whisking. We're going to start whisking the eggs, break them up. We're going to start adding in our Parmesan or Romano cheese. You can even do like a nice little half-half mix. So I'm going to go and let's say start off with about half a cup. We're going to add in our pepper. Say maybe a good 3 generous tablespoons. or make it as peppery as you want, because this dish loves pepper. The pancetta, the eggs, the cheese, it needs pepper to flavor it. Because if not, it's just going to be too salty, too fatty, too rich. A lot of people don't like pepper. Maybe not the dish for you. So that's pretty much all the prep we have here. Let's head over to the stove. Also, I'll show you how to get everything together. All right, so back over here at the stove, we have our pancetta rendering nice and slowly. So you can see the fat's going translucent. All the fat's rendering out. This is on low heat, as low as I could put the gas. And there's no oil. I didn't start off with any oil. It's just the pancetta that's going to release all its fat. That's the only fat we're getting from this dish. Then we're going to go in. We're going to put our bucatini in the water. This takes about 6 minutes. Again, we're always going to take the pasta out about a minute before, but we're going to use a lot of the pasta water. So again, use the big pot. So bucatini is basically like spaghetti with a little hole in the middle. I don't know if you get that. But it's basically spaghetti with a little hole in the middle. That's all it is. So we're not gonna go too crazy on the salt in the water, because the pancetta is salty, the cheese is salty, the eggs are rich. It's a very rich dish. So we're gonna go in with our salt. We're gonna go in with our bucatini. We're going to leave that to cook. And in the meantime, just make sure your pancetta isn't burning. Give it a little mix around. Again, leave everything reduced, get nice and crispy. If you see that your pancetta is a little too well done, just turn off the heat. We're going to turn it back on when we're going to put the whole dish together. All right, so we're back after our 5 minutes that our carbonara has been cooking. I'm going to turn the pancetta on high heat. I had it off. That's the color you want, nice, and the fat's translucent, everything's nice and crispy. So we're going to let this heat up. Then we're going to come in with our pasta and go directly into the fat here. Again, taking all that pasta water. We're going to coat our bucatini with the fat from the pancetta. I'm going to close the heat. Here comes the tough part. We need to put the emulsification of the eggs and the cheese in here. Continue to stir vigorously, and then at the same time keep on hydrating it with pasta water. So it goes a little something like this. We're going to whisk this up. We're going to turn off the heat. We're going to put our whisk aside because you need your tongs. We're going to come in. Again, the heat is off. You have to mix, 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 mix. Get all that flavor and start mixing. Now you got to mix or else this thing turns to scrambled eggs. And we definitely don't want scrambled eggs. I just made a bit of a mess. We're going to add some pasta water here. Oh boy. I should use a smaller pan next time. See how it's starting to get a little creamy? That's what we want. The creaminess comes from the egg and the cheese. Did everything right, you're left with this nice creamy sauce. No scrambled eggs. It's going to look like there's a bit of lumps at first, but that could just be the Parmesan breaking down. So if you did everything right, clean up after yourself. I made a bit of a mess in this one. We're going to grab our pasta. All the pancetta is hiding. Maybe I could have used a little more pancetta. I went a little cheap on that. That's my fault. And there you have it. Bucatini carbonara, the way it's supposed to be made. No cream, no milk, no none of that stuff. Just egg and cheese. So with that, I'll leave you guys go. Enjoy your meals. Again, be sure to like and subscribe to our channel.